Is social selling a buzzword? When you hear the words, do you feel positive or negative feelings? What does social selling mean to you? In short, social selling is the ability to build deep and meaningful relationships at scale using social media. There is no selling involved. It's all about creating enough of a rapport so that someone, your target audience, agrees to having a conversation with you. And the more you sell, the less likely a conversation is to happen. To do social selling effectively, where you generate a consistent flow of conversations with new and existing prospects and customers, you need four things. Number one, you need a strategy. With clearly defined objectives, think about lead measures as opposed to lag measures, and identify the behaviours that increase your probability of creating and progressing a conversation with stakeholders within your target audience. A lot of which is done way before you actually have that conversation. Number two, a methodology. You need to have a methodology defining a series of activities that lead you to many new conversations with your target audience. And when your day gets busy, it's important that this approach, this process, is something that you can trust in, so that you trust in the process and you follow those simple steps each and every day. Number three is measurement. So measuring the behaviours that really matter, the behaviours that when done each day will deliver the results you desire. Measuring these things will enable you to hold yourself accountable for following the process. Number four, and this is an important one, they're all important, but change management. Not everyone is comfortable or even able to talk about themselves or create a variety of content that makes them stand out and look different. Looking different is about being genuine and authentic, the natural human being that you are. It requires an approach that helps the individual work through the change and grow in confidence with each and every step that they take. And as that confidence grows, it will enable you to create new types of content that will help open new doors and engage with your target audience at scale. So I've been running a test for about 3 years now, and between December 2020 and January 2022, we proved that a traditional outbound prospecting technique or techniques like cold calling, cold emailing, it didn't matter how tailored we made those emails or how sophisticated our multi-channel sales cadences were, no matter how well orchestrated the webinar series were that we designed for us and for our clients, it produced some conversations, but very little pipeline. And as buyer trust fell in that time considerably after COVID, the level of engagement that we were able to drive using those techniques with our target audience continued to fall. Now, I have no doubt that you're experiencing the same today, which is why in January 2022, I made a tough decision to transform our business model from a traditional prospecting approach, providing sales as a service, to a social selling approach that focused on relationship building as opposed to searching and qualifying the 3 to 5% of one's territory that might be in market for a solution. I wanted to prove that social selling outperformed any other form of prospecting. So for 8 months, I've been measuring social selling performance across ourselves, our associates, but also our clients, following our methodology, and we have enough data now to prove that social selling, when done our way, outperforms any other form of marketing, prospecting, or demand generation activities when having a conversation with your target audience is the objective. We've got 3 clients contributing to the benchmark data, and as I said, our associates are all contributing to that as well. The other thing to note is the contributors have different levels of experience and are targeting existing clients as well as prospects. So, this approach works for both sales, new business, as well as customer success or salespeople targeting existing clients. We found that we are able to engage, on average, we've engaged with 41.5% of our combined networks in a non-threatening, non-salesy way. And because we purposefully build our network with our target audience, the folks we want to see, and the folks that we want to see us, when they're regularly engaging with us, it's as a result of that effort, and it's been clear to see who we are and what we do. We've found that the conversation rate is 10.48%, which means that essentially when we ask 100 people to have a call with us, have a conversation with us, 10.48 of them are actually sitting a call with us. And of those calls that we sit, 35.63% of those progress with a meaningful next step agreed. When you are, when you or your team is in front of the right people who clearly see what you do and what you stand for, that they often feel like they already know you. So just imagine, what percentage of those conversations that you could make, that you could have, do you think would develop into pipeline in the future, either now or in the future? So whether you need to lower CAC, customer acquisition costs, improve your pipeline quality, or grow revenue faster, it all starts with a conversation. Without that, there is no growth, and customer acquisition costs do rise as you work harder using outdated techniques that put a strain on your sales team and your buyers. One of our clients had been following old-fashioned prospecting techniques for almost 5 months. And as a BDR and sales director team, working a focused set of accounts, in that time, they were able to secure just 1 meeting. 5 months after starting their social selling journey with me, he's booked 36 meetings across 25% of his territory. And that includes both clients and net new prospects. He's averaging about 2.4 meetings per account. And just guess where he's sitting in terms of pipeline across the company. This approach for him has delivered a 36 times increase in meeting creation in that 5 months. Revenue will come, but it is a complex B2B sales cycle, and their sales cycles are typically 12 months or more. But the outcome was astonishing for this individual, and it really boils down to is the fact that he had a strategy, he had a process that he was following, he was measuring the right things, and he had a good coach to help him drive the change that he needed to make within himself in order to do social selling effectively. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this chat. I've enjoyed telling you our story. And if you'd like to learn more, please drop me a DM. Look for me on LinkedIn, YouTube, now TikTok and Instagram as the Bearded Sales Guy. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.